Thanks for clicking on the video, guys. My name is Colum of Freewheel Builds, and this is my entry into the cheap bike challenge. But first, let's take a look at the bike outside in a day before. So this is a Dawes bike, and the model is a Switchback, in case you didn't figure that out. It's made from Reynolds 500 tubing, which is basically just chromoly tubes, nothing fancy and quite heavy. It's a 26 mountain bike and it has a Shimano 200 GS group set. So I've been looking on eBay and other places for a bike since January for the cheap bike build-off, but I waited until the start of February until I heard the rules. And the only major rule that would affect me is just no Chinesium or AliExpress parts. According to forums, this is Shimano's worst group set, and I kind of agree with it because everything is just steel and coated in plastic. I just wanted to get the best condition bike at the best price, and that is why I picked up this thing. Plus the colours popped. So the bike is actually in really good condition. I'm really happy with it. It weighs a ton. Later on I'm going to go upstairs and get the weighing scales and show you how much it weighs now. Hopefully that worked. But now I'm just going to go over the bike with some WD-40 and get some lubrication into all these cables. They look pretty ropey. And then we'll just figure out my budget and figure out what to do with the bike. So stay tuned and get your brew ready. Today again is some Jimmy's iced coffee. Not sponsored, would love to be sponsors. Might build a bike for them. But yeah. So here is my choice selection of sprays. And we got silicone spray for plastic, GT85 because I have it, but it works exactly like WD-40. Some spray oil, so that is a spray with no solvent inside it. And then the classic WD-40. If you didn't know, GT85, WD-40, all the similar sprays, they have a solvent and an oil. So the solvent will dissolve any grease or dirt or any cake up, and then the oil leaves a protective finish. So that's why it's so good for general mechanics. Okay, first things first, and I'm just going to get the chain with loads and loads of WD-40. Is that enough? Who knows? We're just going to spray those two things. Just spray the whole cassette in general with this stuff. I'm actually running out of this stuff. Let's hit this thing, get the cable going. Now, this isn't pretty, but anyway. And let's see if I can shift it here, actually. I think I could shift it. Oh, sorry. Oh, it's pedaling backwards. Okay, so that's actually shifting really earlier. That's actually really awesome. Oh wow, it went into all the gears. Okay, what I'm going to do now then, I wasn't expecting that. I'm going to take off the cable. I need to give off the cable. No, let's not do that yet. Let's see if the front derailleur works, because this was giving me grief yesterday. It just won't click into the top gear. So I'm pressing the levers, which I've heard are quite bad, but I can't even get into the third gear, say. So I think I might need to whack a few things into that. But yeah, it just won't go up into the third gear for me. Can I manipulate it? So this thing works. The front derailleur works, so I don't really know what's up. Chain seems to be working, and yeah, if you see WD-40, I have a close-up shot now, but you just can see it eating away at all the grease and the oil build-up. So I'm actually going to whack more of this on it. So here I'm just going to make all the cables loose. That's the rear derailleur. That can come out. The front derailleur. Let's see if I can do it up here. There we go. Those are on tight. What about the front brake? Okay, we got the gear shifters though. WD-40, and you can't see it here, but I'm just going in where the gear cable goes in. Just whacking, smashing it with that. Okay, this might need dismantling. And again, just to show you the lever feel. It's a bit difficult to do when I'm on this side of the bike, but yeah. So shifts, nothing clicks back, and then even this top one is a bit sticky. So let's get some oil into that now. So these shifters aren't actually covered, so I can't actually just whack loads of WD-40 in. Now it's not doing the ratcheting mechanism, so I need to Google that and see what the problem is. I wonder if it's not actually a ratcheting and whether it's actually friction, because I've seen some shifters like that, but we'll see. But yeah, now I can get my chain oil. And if you see here, I'm just going to whack some in there. Overall, I think I'm going to keep these cables. They don't seem actually that bad, relatively bad. Let's whack a bit more into that. Okay, I've just did some thinking with my brew, and I'm just gonna wash the bike, that chain, and actually I'm gonna double check that it is not worn out. Let's get you to see that. So that's the wear, 0.75. And when we put it on the chain, that's pretty good. And then you check a few links, check underneath if you can see. Okay, this is a bit ridiculous, but these are the 426 mountain bikes I own at the moment. Where am I going with this? So the reason I'm showing you all of these is that I'm at the point where I'm trying to figure out what to do with this bike. This doesn't actually need to be here. So I have two style of bikes that I like to ride. One is the cruiser touring bike, and then the second is the aggressive playful bike. So I've done videos on both of these. There's pros and cons, and just depends on my mood which bike I like riding. That's it. With this bike, I'm now at the point where I think this shifter is now kaput. I'm going to try fix it now, but it has me thinking, like, actually, what do I want the bike and my budget? Max the Mullet did a video and kind of explained, yeah, you can do that, sell parts, buy parts. That's what he's doing, so I am jumping on the bandwagon. Plus with that, I actually have a bike that I parted out earlier this year, or last year, so that means I technically have free parts to use, because I bought a bike, parted it out, and so everything's up for grabs, which is nice. And this is the bike in question, a specialized rock hopper with a few upgrades. The group set was a mixed bag with STX RC, some generic cranks, and then LX shifters and brake levers. I had the original Ritchie wheel set, which was actually quite nice, and then I had been upgraded to some XD brakes. So I ended up selling the pair of brakes for £45 on eBay, and then that Marzocchi fork I ended up selling for £40 too. It felt really good actually and held air. So I donated the frame to Marlon at Baby London, and then the remaining parts just kept in my parts bin. So we've just watched the bike, and still this shifter, nothing. There's absolutely nothing happening there. I have no idea what to do, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take this off. I'm gonna change the handlebar, so let's just start. Let's just start stripping down the bike. How do I get? Am I being stupid? I think I'm being stupid. Right. I need to put you in 0.5 for a minute while I figure this out. These levers, they're a bit like a brifter style, so there's a bolt in there. So I think let's get the gear cable out, or the brake cable out. This is why I don't like to-dos, actually. I don't want to do how-to videos because I take forever to do stuff. And I don't think it makes for interesting conversations because it takes so freaking long to do something. Okay, there we go. That is the... Oh, that's actually quite interesting. So I'd say these brake levers aren't left and right specific. It's kind of cool though. Yeah, so that's that. I guess the brifter loose. Call them a brifter because of the clamp style. I can get the shifter. The shifters are really rusty, by the way, so I'm gonna get those with rust converter soon. That's all that schnozzle loose. Cool. Okay, let's see how painful it is to watch me try and remove these grips. So that's some alcohol. And what I realized is you squirt in, start rotating it. You rotate it quite a bit. I know people have the air technique, but I ain't got a compressor or anything pressurized. Oh, there you go. That's it. Okay, we'll just do the other side off camera. So I was just messing with these levers. This was the one on the right hand side. They're universal, so they're not left and right specific. So if you see that, it's actually a straight blade, which ergonomically isn't that great. But anyway, so that's why I mean they're kind of brifter style. They actually, if you can imagine, it's just a brifter with a plastic hood. It's a bit mental. But anyway, yeah, since that's plastic, it just comes off. Yeah. So there's a bit of a rev nut. There you go. Thought that was quite cool. Okay, so I've decided I am going to just take the shifter off. I think it'll be replaced, but I can just cut it now because I'll have to replace the cable too. Yeah, let's get it to the workbench and see what's happening. Okay, this is a mess. What I'm just gonna do is take it apart and see what seems to be the matter. Let's start with the bottom. Okay. Oh, I recognize those points. These are the same style as a thumb shifter. So that's a thumb. This is just an upside down thumb shifter. Oh, okay. That probably explains it. Right. I'm just gonna give it a bit of force. Oh, there we go. That just needed to pop. This paw here is really stiff, and I think that might be the issue. So just gonna put a bit more oil on this. But what I can do is I can get the pick in there and just gently kind of cycle it a bit. Oh yeah, that's looking really good actually. I want to put this plate back on so I can have a good purchase to kind of rotate it and stuff. Yeah, that's it. So ratchet it up into position. One click to index the second click, which is push it further into first. So yeah, it seems to be okay now. Let's get it back on the bike, and well, first I'm going to change the handlebar. So let's get that done. So the next thing I want to do, I want to test these handlebars on this bike without changing it, because these are like £10. So I'm going to swap these handlebars with these Cannondale commuter bars. Second Life Bikes put them on one of his bikes a few months ago, and I bought them straight away while I was watching the video. You can't buy them anymore. They were like 20 quid, I think. I'll tell you the price somewhere here. But yeah, these are going to go on this, and these handlebars are going to go on that, and everything should work out hunky-dory. So, what are my thoughts on this bike? One, it's too small for me. You can probably see from here. The reach is too short, the saddle's too low. So, what can we do with it? Well, first of all, I'm not going to keep it. So, if you're watching the video and you want this bike, leave a comment, hit me a message, we can make arrangements. Secondly, handlebars, I don't like these. I'm going to go online, figure out some bars that I do like, or maybe even get a stem to stem, maybe a road stem. And then in terms of my other plans, I think I was watching ronsbikes.com video, Ultra Dynamico, also known as, and he doesn't like black on his bikes. And when you think about it, that is so cool. Because there's some components you get that are black, like handlebars, stems, saddles, seat posts, all of them come black, and rims even, tires are black, little plastic things like the brakes are black. So it's a fact to try and get all silver or colored components. I think it's a really cool thing to try, and I think that's what I'm going to try and do. So anything black I'm going to try and replace with something not black. All things considered, unless it's too tricky, like the brakes and the levers, I might leave those. But yeah, saddle, seat post, them, handlebar, tires. I'll see what versions of those I can get that are not black. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. So thanks for watching to the end. So I'm gonna upload weekly videos. I'm gonna start ordering stuff tonight. So next weekend should be the final build, unless I miss something crucial. But overall, I'm really happy with the bike.